Okay, today we're tackling a word that makes a lot of people cringe: budgeting. I know. Just hearing it can make you feel like you're about to be put on a strict financial diet. But what if I told you a budget isn't a cage? What if it's actually the key to your freedom? Let's dig into that.
I absolutely love this way of thinking about it. Budget is not a swear word, it's a blueprint for a meaningful, intentional life. You see the shift? It's not about what you can't have, it's about intentionally designing a life you want. It's about being the architect of your future, not just a penny pincher.
But let's be real, it does feel like a swear word sometimes, doesn't it? It feels restrictive, it feels boring, monotonous, and honestly, the discipline required can feel completely overwhelming. That's a super common feeling, but I promise you, it's based on a total misunderstanding of what a budget is really for. So, right here, right now, let's officially shift our mindset. We're going to toss out that old, dusty idea of a restrictive budget, and we're going to replace it with a new, powerful concept: the financial blueprint. I mean, think about it like this. You would never, ever build a house by just digging a few random holes and hoping it all works out, right? Of course not. You'd start with a detailed blueprint to make sure every wall, every window, and every wire is in exactly the right spot. So, why would you build your financial life any differently? So, here it is, our new definition. A budget is simply a blueprint for how you'll purposefully save, invest, and spend your money. It's a guide that you create. It's a plan that puts you, not your impulses, in the driver's seat. You tell your money where to go instead of wondering where it all went. And the benefits? Oh, they're huge. With a blueprint, you actually know where your hard-earned money is going. You can spend on that vacation or that fancy dinner completely guilt-free because it's part of the plan. And, maybe most importantly, it's your absolute best defense against impulse buys and those hungry sharks of marketing that are constantly trying to take a bite out of your wallet.
Okay, so how do we actually build this blueprint? Well, it all rests on three incredibly important pillars. These are the foundation of your entire financial structure.
And here they are. It's pretty straightforward. Number 1, live below your means. Number 2, watch out for the debt monster. And number 3, invest the difference. Now, I know it sounds simple, but truly mastering these 3 pillars, that is the key to unlocking your financial freedom.
Let's tackle that first pillar, living below your means. This slide just nails it, doesn't it? It puts our small daily choices into perspective. That daily takeaway pizza feels great in the moment, for sure, but the long-term cost could literally be working until you're 65 or older. Compare that to a simple switch, like having a braai at home. That choice puts you on the path to financial freedom. It's all about empowering yourself to choose the future you want.
Next up, pillar 2, watching that debt monster. This quote is, well, it's blunt, but it is so true. The borrower is a slave to the lender. Things like credit cards and personal loans, what we call consumer debt, can totally wreck your blueprint. When you're paying crazy high interest rates, you're not working for yourself anymore. You're working for the banks. You become a slave to your own salary just to pay them back. And that brings us to pillar 3, which is probably the biggest mental shift of all. The old way of thinking, you spend your money first, and then you try to save whatever's left over at the end of the month. The blueprint way, you flip that completely. You invest first, you pay your future self before anyone else, and then you live on whatever's left. This one change is how you get your money to finally start working for you. Okay, so we have the plan, we have the pillars, but how do we actually track our progress? How do we turn this vague idea of financial freedom into a real, tangible number we can aim for? We do it by calculating our freedom rate. Your freedom rate is just a cooler name for your savings rate. It's the percentage of your income that you save and invest every single month towards that goal of financial freedom. Trust me on this. This number is the single most important predictor of how quickly you'll get there. So let's run a quick example. Let's say you earn $20,000 a month, and out of that, you manage to save and invest $2,000. So what's your savings rate? It's 10%. Simple math. You're putting away 10% of your income for your future self. Now, that is a fantastic start, but what does that actually mean for your timeline? So, here's the big question. At a 10% savings rate, how many years of work are still ahead of you before you can call yourself financially independent? Any guesses? 51 years. Yeah. That's a long time.
And that is why your savings rate is so unbelievably powerful. A 10% rate is what we're traditionally told to do, but if you want freedom early, you have to find ways to increase that percentage. Even a small bump can dramatically cut down your timeline. So let's recap. We've totally shifted our mindset from restriction to pure intention. We've seen that a budget is really a blueprint. We've learned the 3 core pillars to build it on, and we know how to measure our progress with our freedom rate. The power to design your own future is right now, in your hands. So I'll just leave you with this final thought. The empty blueprint is sitting right there in front of you. You have the tools, you have the knowledge, the choice is yours. The only question left is, what will you build?